The first bomb went off at the upscale Fairmont Hotel just ahead of the finish line. The second went off less than 15 seconds later, about a block away on the marathon route in front of a sporting goods store. Police found a third bomb a couple of blocks beyond the finish line, and they disarmed that. More than 80 New Mexico runners, including 50 from Albuquerque, competed in the marathon today. For some, what was supposed to be an achievement of a lifetime turned into the close call of a lifetime. News 13's Tina Jensen is live in the Newsplex with their stories. Tina?
Dick, the Boston Marathon was Albuquerque runner Beth Ulibarri's first major race after being diagnosed with MS. She thought getting to the finishing line would be the biggest challenge, not what would come after she crossed it. Beth Ulibarri crossed the finish line at 4 hours, 4 minutes, just 5 minutes before the blast.
It was an amazing experience. So shortly after I crossed the finish line, I took my phone out and started taking pictures and just hanging out and soaking in as much of the Boston experience as I could.
She took this picture when she started walking down the finisher chute. That's when she decided to turn and take one more picture of the finish line. Seconds later, the first explosion. She was only 300 yards away.
The explosion kind of shook everybody, and it made you turn, in that direction. It was just a loud sound of a bomb, but you didn't want to, your mind couldn't process that was really a bomb.
She finished at a 9:18 pace, just 11 seconds slower per mile, and she would have been directly in the line of fire.
I don't think that's fully sunk in yet. I'm still a little bit shaken up.
Many of the New Mexico runners traveled in groups and spent the afternoon making sure their fellow runners were okay.
So I wanted to talk about the highs and the lows of the running part, and then to finish that conversation and to come back to what's currently going on and still hearing the sirens outside it's jarring. It's two things going on at once in parallel.
Albuquerque marathoner Lauren Willets was 2 blocks south of the explosion.
It sounded like a big piece of metal or something crashing against other metal, and or thunder.
The sounds of the explosions, a stark contrast from the eerie silence he describes on the streets of Boston tonight.
Everyone just seems like quiet, and the subways had the National Guard going through, checking everything. Everyone's just quiet.
Tonight, many runners are still on lockdown in their hotels as police, FBI agents, and soldiers search for more bombs. Back to you.
Okay, Tina, some New Mexico runners we talked to were not able to retrieve the bags that they had checked in at the beginning of the race for safekeeping. That means they don't have their ID, so they're not sure when they will be able to fly back home. Now, the bombings have police in Los Angeles, New York, London, and other cities around the world.